Hey guys, so it's really bright out, so that's why my face is like white. But I'm just gonna be talking about my X Factor experience. For those of you who are thinking about trying out, kind of like I was a while ago, I had no idea what it was gonna be like. So I think maybe this will give you kind of an idea. And for those of you who aren't trying out, maybe it will be interesting. I don't know. So yeah, first things first. I didn't make it through the first round. They just give you a yes or no, and I got a no. So that's basically it. I'm sure you'll be asking like weeks from now, but yeah, I didn't make it. But I'll talk more about that later. So I'll start from the beginning. I heard about the audition. They were going to be in Long Island, New York. So I was like, you know what? I'll go. So I took the road trip there, and basically, there's the registration part and the audition part. So the registration part is, well, for at least for me, it was 2 days before the audition. So like Tuesday, Wednesday, 48 hours, like even overnight, you could go on register. And then the auditions were on Thursday. So drove to Long Island, New York, and stayed in a hotel. On Tuesday for the registration, I thought honestly you just walk up to a table and get your like wristband, and they just like verify all your forms and stuff. But nope, I was completely wrong. We got to the venue, and we had to pay for parking, and then you walked up, and it was just like huge lines. Like I can't even explain to you. It was like huge like corrals of people, and we were in the fifth one. So I'd say there was probably like a little under 1,000 people in each like huge line. I can't really explain it better than that. It was just like a huge square that you were kind of like pushed into, and it's like fenced in. So you're just surrounded by people. And so we were in the fifth line. We got there at 8 o'clock. We thought that was the best time to go. That's what I heard. I don't know. I guess it wasn't the best time to go. It took like about an hour to 2 hours for each line. So it took quite a while, and it was 40 degrees and raining. And it was really windy too. So it was just not fun at all. So I got through the first line in like an hour and a half, and then I got through the other line in an hour and a half, and then I got to the line next to us, and for some reason it took so long. And we figured out after the fact that for like an hour and a half, the people that were registering people were just on their lunch break. So basically they made us like sit outside and wait while they went inside and ate. So that was great, and that just rhymed. When the register people came back, we all like cheered forever because it was really stupid. We had to wait outside for them to go eat, but they also moved the registration inside, which was like the smartest thing ever because honestly, it was so cold. Like I didn't know we were going to be outside for so long. I thought the registration was going to be inside, to be honest. They never clarified that it was going to be outside. So I was just wearing jeans. Thank God I didn't wear, like, I had a dress I could have worn. Like, I wore jeans. I was wearing, like, my moccasins, but, like, the Minnetonka ones, they don't have any fur in them. So my feet were honestly, like, I couldn't feel my feet. They were just gone. On top of that, I was only wearing, like, a t-shirt, or no, it was a tank top with, like, a thin raincoat over it. So I wasn't warm. My dad like had an extra jacket he gave me, but we were so cold. And so the total time we had to wait to even get inside was 7 hours. So we waited for 7 hours in the freezing cold, and like it was terrible. There was like a food thing you could go get food from. Like everything was so expensive, and the hot chocolate tasted like water. So that was kind of sucky. Once you wait that long, you get inside to register, and literally it took maybe like a minute. You just walk up, give them all your forms, give them your forms of ID, and they give you like these 2 bracelets, like showing if you're a performer or like whatever. So that's literally, we waited that long just for that. Like I had people texting me being like, what did you audition? Like, have you auditioned yet? And I'm like, this isn't even the audition. This is just to be able to audition. It took me hours after that to even like get warm. Like I was so cold. One good thing that did come out of that was I met a friend. We were standing in line like next to this family. So it was just kind of like, you kind of have to talk. Like we were talking to everyone, because like everyone's like, what the heck's going on, and we're all like complaining about being cold. But I met a friend, her name was Melissa, so shout out to Melissa if you're watching this. She's probably not, but it's okay. So it was really good to like have someone like, I guess, to talk to and like go through the experience with, and just kind of like suffer together. We got our wristbands, and then like we went out to eat and blah 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 blah. So like that was Tuesday. That was just the registration day. If I were you and I were planning on auditioning in the future, definitely do it on a warm day, like, look at the weather, because Wednesday, like, another day we could have gone and registered, was literally 70, and we went into New York City, but honestly, it was like, what the heck, like, we just waited outside in 30-degree weather. And then on Thursday was the auditions. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about X Factor auditions is that the first audition you ever do is walking out in front of the 3 judges on live television. But that's not true at all. A lot of shows are like that. Like, even The Voice, you think that they've never heard you sing before and they're turning around for you. None of that's true. There's, like, I can't speak for all of the other shows, but I know, I like, can tell you that there's rounds before getting to, like, actual TV. So the one that I did was the first audition, and that was in front of just some random person. It's not in front of the judges. It's not on TV. You're literally in a tent. So a lot of what they show on TV isn't how it actually is, or at least it isn't like that until a couple rounds later. They lie to you, okay? They lie to you. They make it seem like they're meeting you for the first time in LA and whatever, but it's not true. They've heard you sing like at least 10 times. I was like, okay, I gotta dress to impress. So I was wearing like my high-waisted shorts, like a little like light button-down shirt, and my hair's curled. This is like from yesterday, guys, so honestly, woo, I look so good. Just threw on my rain jacket like last minute, because I was like, oh, they might make us wait outside a little. So we get in line at 7. We got there like 6:45ish. We wanted to be a little early. There was already a line like a mile from the Coliseum. Like, it just went, woo, like so long. And I thought that was just the line to get inside. But little did I know, after waiting in that line to get into the stadium, we didn't really go into the stadium. We got corralled into those lines again from the registration day. So I was in shorts this day. It wasn't as cold, but I mean, it was 7 in the morning, so it was pretty chilly. I just wasn't expecting to be waiting outside. Whatever, this is going to be like really short. We're just going to be in these little lines again, just for a little. But no, we waited for another 2 hours before they even like started doing anything. They told us we were going to be in the building auditioning at 7 o'clock, but it was 10 o'clock, I think, and we were still like outside waiting in the cold. And people were still showing up, so it was kind of like, people, like, you're told to get here at 7, like, why are we waiting for you to be late? It was making me so mad. So after a couple hours waiting outside again, they started doing this thing where, like, you all danced around, and this part was fun, because we were freezing, so, like, dancing obviously made us, like, wicked pumped up and warm. And they just did, like, they were basically just filming for the TV show. Like, that's why we had to wait outside in the cold for so long. It's just so they could film for their TV show. Cool, maybe I'll be on TV, but I was at the back of the line, so probably not. That lasted maybe 20 minutes, and then we had to do a couple clips for the TV show, like, we are the X Factor, and that was fun, too. I mean, my sister made a poster for me, so, I mean, if you see a huge yellow poster, maybe that's us. I don't know. Then they're like, okay, we're gonna get inside shortly, and it was another hour before we got to go inside. Got, like, a ticket at registration day, like, where you sat, so you just went to that seat. And we went to that seat, and we sat down, and we just basically watched until everyone filled the stadium. So this is when the actual audition happens, like, after all that. So auditions didn't start till like 11 o'clock that day, which is annoying because they told us they'd start at 7. It was really different than I expected. I thought they'd pull you out from your group and like bring you to a room or something. But no, like on the stadium floor, there was like basically like voting poll things. Like, you know, when you go into like that little, it's like, what is it? It's like a little black sheeted area. It's like a little small square, and you go into it. Basically that. There was like 30 of them set up on the floor in the stadium. So like people are all like around, like talking and being loud, and there's just like things going on. So what they did was in each section of the stadium, they corral you down, like you're basically animals this whole entire process, just saying. And then once you get into that line, you have to wait even longer, because then they call like little groups to go to each of like the little stations, I guess you could say, or little audition spots. And basically, if you you sing for them, and if you get a yes or no, if you get a no, you go like to one side of the stadium to walk across the stadium at now one way. If you get a yes, you have to go out the other way. So like basically, it was kind of interesting to watch. Like in the stadium, you just got to sit there and like watch people go like to yes or no. So like if people got a yes, a lot of people would cheer. But like I felt bad because people are auditioning and people were cheering, and it's just like, I don't know, crazy. My turn to audition, so I went down into the line, and you can only bring one parent with you, so I brought my dad because, I don't know. So I had to wait longer for that, and then they, like, brought me to, like, a booth, and then for some reason there wasn't anyone in that booth, like, there was no person auditioning people, so they, like, shifted us to another booth, and then they shifted us again, and like it took forever. And so I was just like listening to other people audition. We're like around all these different little black, what would you call them, like little audition area. I don't know, it's just like a little tent thing. I'm not trying to sound like I'm so amazing, I'm so much better than everyone. I'm just saying, like, I did hear some auditions, I was like, oh, and like the people behind me were like, oh wow, that's not, but they got yellow tickets and they got to go to the yes side. Like, it was really random. I think it really depended on what person you went to, like which tent you went to, but you didn't really have any control over that at all. So then I was in this line and I was either going to go to one side, which I could see, which had a girl, and she let a couple people through, and then the other side was a guy, and that guy in that tent, he like got up and left like really randomly, like before someone was going to go in an audition for him, he just like walked out and left. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then when he came back, he just looked like really like irritated and like pissed off. And me and my dad were like, oh my God, I hope I don't go in there. Like, he seems like upset or something. I watched him like say 2 no's to 2 people who were pretty good actually. And then of course I had to go in there. So I was really nice. Like, he asked me, he was like, what's your name? How old are you? Like, he was really rude. He like didn't have a care in the world about any of my answers. I feel like he was just asking me because he had to. He was really rude. So then he was like, okay, sing. So I sang Mama Knows Best by Jessie J. I might make a video of me like singing it later. I don't know, but it's like my rejection song. So yeah. And then he was like, sing another song, please. I was like, okay. So I sang Titanium. One piece of advice is definitely have 2 songs prepared. I think I focused a little bit too much on Mama Knows Best, not really expecting them to ask me to sing again. I don't know why. I mean, like, I still practice Titanium, and of course I know it well. I've sang it before. But yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. I had to sing again. So I was like, oh, maybe he likes me. Like, maybe I'm singing again because he just wants to hear another song. And then he just goes, no, it's a no. And I was like, caught off guard. I was like, whoa, okay. So I was like, thanks, and I left. I don't know if I would do it again. I think a lot of it was just waiting around, all for the, just like, it was literally 90 seconds of time with someone who didn't even like give 2 craps about what I was saying. I think it really is luck of the draw. I mean, I'm not trying to like make up excuses of why I didn't make it. I think, yeah, totally. Like, if someone gives me a no, but I just think like it was really luck. I could have gone in another booth and gotten a yes. I think it all just depends, and I really had no control over that. So I think it was a good experience. I feel really bad. I made I made my whole entire family come with me, and they supported me, and I just kind of let them down. I let you guys down. So yeah, that's not too fun. Especially rejection is not fun either. I just think it was a lot of waiting around for something, and I think it was kind of unfair. A lot of it's based on your story, and if you're actually interesting. Like, I saw a couple people go through that clearly were a joke. They were just being there to be on TV, and I think it just really, a lot of people that are good enough just get no's because they're just trying to get through the thing. And of course, like, out of all, like, there was 8,000 people at our venue. Out of all those people, even if they turn down some good people, they'll definitely find other people too. And I don't know. I'm embarrassed in a way just to like have to go to school and everyone knows I was doing it. I think it could have been a better experience. I mean, I say the whole time I said, hope for the best, expect the worst. Like, it's all about the experience, because I was just building up just to make sure when I get a no, I wouldn't be so upset about it. And I think I'm not that upset about it. I think I don't know, I just didn't expect it to turn out the way it did. I didn't expect a lot of it just to be waiting and to be treated kind of crappy. Like, they didn't really care about entertaining us for 7 hours outside. They didn't really care about a lot of things. But, I mean, I did make a friend out of it. I get to say I did it. It was something on my bucket list, and I can say I did it. I don't think I'll probably do another show. I mean, maybe. Who knows? And I'm kind of holding a grudge on the guy that I auditioned for, but I mean, it's just one person. If anyone's thinking about doing it, you can obviously message me and ask me some questions. I'd be down to answer them. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll have new videos soon. Bye.